for all things.
All right, and to hear what everybody has to say about that 24-24 Bears-Dolphins opening preseason game. I went up. I just got back late last night. Flew back for a couple days to get some stuff done and shoot back up to Detroit for the game. So I get up there just before we get to the game. I say good morning to my guys back there. I'm sorry, you guys always jump ahead of myself, Woody and Jamie and everybody that works with us. Thank you. Always in here. By the way, exciting news. Everybody's talking about 104.3 WQAM. Everybody's talking about the 4,000 to 100,000, right? Watts now. Huge. All over. Never had it before. I don't know what to say. Everybody ask him, hey, it's great. We got people who can hear us from, we really are South Florida now. Like we always say, South Florida's radio station. You go, yeah, most of Dade and most of Broward, but never guaranteed all of it. And now you go Key West to north of Jupiter. Man, that's never thought I'd see it, Woody. Never thought we'd see that. Anyway, enough of that, and moving on. So we go up there, and of course, you saw practices. We're a little chippy up there. The practice, it got a little ugly, fighting, guys throwing each other down. So we get up there, and yesterday, it's funny. So the practice takes place, and some of the Bears coaches that I know come over. They're up by us, and they come up, and they want to talk. And hey, what's going on? Hey, this is amazing. Our media thought it was a nice physical practice, and we kind of dominated. And I go, yeah. And your media said we're a bunch of cheap shots. It was dirty. You guys, we talked about before the practice that there's going to be no tackling, no throwing guys down, and that's all you guys did. You took cheap shots. Some guys got mad. Matter of fact, we had two linebackers go at it with each other. That was a storyline as well. But they're going, man, it's amazing. And I go, well, some guys got thrown down, and yeah, so our media thought it's amazing. My point is, so the two different markets, the Bears are going, this is the physical. This is what we want. This is what we've been waiting for. We're getting it from Ben Johnson. He's doing it the Dan Campbell way. And the Dolphins are going, hey, man, I thought we said we're going to go hard, but we weren't going to throw anybody to the ground. So if that's the case, you get thrown to the ground, you get up, you're pissed off. It's as simple as that. Nobody's getting thrown down, and everybody goes, hey, don't worry about throwing me down and standing over and shoving me. Of course, guys are going to be pissed off. So like a lot of these practices that are going on with everybody, they get a little chippy. They get a little ugly at times, and that was the case. So now you take it to yesterday and had no idea what to expect, except the Bears find out before the game they're going to rest most of their starters on both sides. I think they had 9 starters on offense and 9 on defense that didn't play. They decided not to play, and Mike comes out and says, hey, man, I'm going to get basically all my guys who are healthy. We're going to get them at least a series. And if they're really good players, that's all they're going to get is the series. And then we'll get to the young guys, and that's kind of what it is. But it's amazing how everybody, and including our writers, read into, and the great thing about these things, I sit back and look, I got favorite guys. I'm guilty too. I find myself guilty of really rooting for certain guys I want to do well, and other guys I don't know or I just don't care as much about. And I realize our writers are the same way when, guys are going to have good plays and bad plays. And we're going to talk about mostly the good plays down here. And, a lot of guys had some good plays. And and we're going to talk about it this morning. We'll get into everything, every part of it. Waddle and Tyreek Hill did not play. They were out. Waddle was one of the guys that got a dirty shot against them, or the Dolphins believe it was a dirty shot. So they had some guys out. You saw two in the first drive. They go down the field. You saw Mike is making it a point, especially with that starting offensive line, or the guys who could be on this team on the offensive line. They wanted to run the ball down in the red zone. Didn't go well, right? 15 plays, no points to start the game. Go for it on fourth down and get stuffed. And that was it for that. So it didn't go great to start with. But there were a lot of good performances. There were a lot of guys. And then again, if you got a favorite guy, and I found myself, he's had a good 2 weeks of practice, and he's had a good 2 weeks of practice. But you get in these games, and it's a little different. And let's start not with Tua, but the two guys that played the most football in that game, Zach Wilson, right? And also Mr. Hewers. And Woody, what'd you think of the way those two played?
Oh, it was great, Joe. really reassuring that we have the backup situation under control.
So Zach Wilson, starting with him because he's a backup, held the ball too long.
Oh, he does just fine when he's got plenty of time and he can
he makes
step
great
into
throws.
his throws. But for some reason, when he's got someone coming at him, even if it's like he missed some short ones. He was bouncing them in there, man.
So he did. He had a touchdown pass to Tanner Connor wide open. All he had to do was flip it out there.
If he's got to throw off his back foot,
yeah,
it's like, I don't know, man.
Well, he got caught in the pocket a few times. You had time to throw it. I know we're going to blame the offensive line for a lot of stuff, but you had some time. You can't just stand there. The clock's got to go off. And by the way, Quinn Ewers had the same problem. Like, hey, man, you know what you're working with. You guys know. And here's a problem with practice. You make all those throws, and you realize a lot of those throws would have never happened because they would have been sacks. They would have been sacks for 2 weeks. Stand out there, and by the way, they you don't touch the quarterback, and you go by him. So the guy throws it. They go, hey, finish the play, and the guy makes a beautiful 40-yard throw or 30-yard throw, and you go, man, what a throw. And then you get in these things, and you go, if you hold the ball now, you get your ass sacked. And 4 times it happened to Zach Wilson. And then on top of that, he did have a chance to throw the ball and hit a couple of guys out in the flats. One would have clearly been a touchdown, and the other would have been a completion. I don't know how much, but it would have been a completion. And it didn't go well. Now, when he had time, as Woody just said, he had a nice couple of throws to Washington and Akine, who also had a nice play and caught it and broke a tackle, ended up, 34, 35 yards. But overall,
it seems like an upgrade at the position. Right. I mean, it does. But with that being said, did you see the numbers Skylar put up?
No.
He threw for like 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. They're going nuts over there. They think they got their guy. But
yeah.
We have seen that before.
Hey, man,
they started sending out those numbers, boy.
Yeah, I didn't even know Skylar played.
Yeah, he had like a crazy game, but it is what it is. I think they did upgrade that position, Joe. Like, I don't think it'll be a complete train wreck should Tua get hurt, but the drop-off was more than I had anticipated because everyone said how great these guys were playing in camp.
Well, there's a lot of parts to get to. First of all, the two things everybody's talking about, depth in our offensive line, number one.
Boy.
Is a problem, no matter what they say, no matter how much you coach them up. And they say, hey, we got to just keep working with them. They got to get more comfortable. And you go, okay. And the second one is the zone defense. At times when they had time to throw, they had some guys wide open.
Yeah, so the secondary clearly a problem. The offensive line depth, I'm with you on that one. But Joe, the really concerning thing was that opening drive, you're trying to pound that ball in. It's just not their identity, man.
No, but you have to do it, Woody.
Do you, though?
Yes.
Do you? I was thinking about that this morning.
You have to.
Like, do you really have to prove that point?
Yes, you have to.
Okay. I completely disagree with you. That's not.
And I'm going to tell you why.
That's not your team.
But you and everybody else ripped them for being too finessey because you can't just throw.
Being too finessey.
Woody, you have, and I have too. You can't just throw it out wide on 3rd and 2.
You're just going to run it 4 times, even though you can't get a yard.
In a practice game, yes.
But you can't. It's not your identity. You're not successful doing that.
I am telling you, you have to do it live. He's not going to do it live in practice.
Man.
You have to do it. I would disagree.
They may need a backup play in there, man, because that stuff isn't going to work.
Okay, well, listen, you got to work on it to get it better. You understand that, right?
I do understand.
And you don't practice. It's not like when we play. We practice at full speed once a day. Once a day during double two-a-days. Shoes went, all right, into practice, goal line live. Because we got to go goal line live. So we worked on it. And by the way, we were kind of a finesse-y team back then, too.
Yeah.
We early on we weren't, but once we got 13, things changed.
I don't know.
But I think, listen, and I'll tell you why, Woody.
It just felt like Tyreek had jumped in the booth. He's like, I got to prove my point about this guy at his goal line carries.
Woody, you went out and got two big guards. You got to be able to run. You have to. You understand that, right? They went out, so you're going to be finessey with a 330 and a 320-pound guard that you got as a free agent and one that you drafted 37th overall. They think they're really good. You got that group minus Austin Jackson. They wanted – I had no problem. Matter of fact, I was just fourth down. I go, hey, man, you got to keep doing it. If this is the only time you're going to have to do it because the score doesn't matter. Score doesn't matter. So you got to do it. What are we going to throw out?
Past this, though, just like in real games.
I know, but Woody, we're not there right now. We are actually in preseason
football. But it is
football.
Concerning. It is concerning that this problem still exists, that they struggle in short yardage situations.
They have to keep doing it. And by the way, we barely scored on the other ones. It wasn't like we ran them. Well, we did on one. I shouldn't say that, actually.
No, it was the one that Jalen scored too.
Ollie Gordon actually didn't. When Ollie Gordon,
he's pretty good.
So he's a big, strong dude. And by the way, Madison, who I like a lot, but Madison goes down for any period of time. Ollie Gordon is going to play. The second is going to play. He is a big, strong,
fast,
confident cat, man. I see it. I see the Oklahoma State guy, the 7th round pick, and he's going to play, but probably going to have to go and get another running back, whatever that matters to you to finish this thing. You're getting ready to play Dan Campbell for a couple of days this week. May try to sign a guy here real quickly to join you in Detroit. So it's a great question, Woody. I get it, and I'm just telling you, and I'm stubborn about it. We can't go through another year. You got to practice it, and yes, it wasn't good enough.
You do need an identity, though, as a team.
You
don't want your identity to be like we're the team that can't get a yard. If you can't do it running downhill, then you got to figure something else out, man.
Okay, well, there, Mr. Coordinator.
I'm sorry.
There's two things you can do. You're going to force it? No.
Like it's my job to come up with their offense.
It's his job. Plan. It's his job, and
that's
that team.
Mike's job.
They went out. Chris went out and got these guys. We got to be able to run it with those guys. You have to be able to run it.
If you can't,
it's going to be a long year because you're going to finesse your way on 3rd and 4th down like we did last year and throw screens and guys come up and blow them up and.
Yeah, those are frustrating too.
Or you would just throw it down the field on 4th and 1 and try to hit the big play all the time. I mean, you got to. I had no problem with it. Yeah, I wish it would have been more successful. I wish on the first time they ran it that the damn thing goes in. Hey, by the way, nobody even touched the guy in the last play. Jalen Wright runs the last one. He didn't even have a chance. That guy breaks through. Nobody touches him. And what was it? Hell, it was probably a loss. I didn't even look at a 2 or 3 yard loss or on line of scrimmage. But I think you got to work on it, folks. You got to it's preseason. There's no record. There's a reason 24-24, they said that's it.
I'm with you on working on it, but
or you can work on it. You can work on it in practice, and you think it works because
if it doesn't work, though, you got to figure something else out.
He wouldn't do that in a game.
Can't do this all season long.
No, but he wouldn't do that in a game.
Good.
He would bootleg it at some point.
Good.
Why do you think when it was obvious to Chicago, by the way?
Yeah.
When Zach Wilson came in, he did some bootleg. The guy's wide open if he just flips it out there, Tanner Connor, because everybody's in the box going, they're going to run it. They're working. We know what they're working on. They're trying to get physical with their backups now. And, Zach Wilson, by the way, you got to be able to make that throw. You have to be able to make that throw. But still, you have that other problem. You got to be able to run it between the tackles down on the goal line. You have to. And I'm guessing, Mike, Well, he was stubborn about it yesterday. I was glad. Now, if that was a game, we'd all be going, what are you doing? You can't run it. It's a game. Stop it. Get another play. Get creative. Do something. But that's the time to do it. We don't hit during practice. They don't go live during practices. Those days are done. So you have to do it in the preseason game. That's why I love when everybody tells, the preseason is so we don't need it. We do. Maybe your team doesn't need it. We need it. We need to go live. And I know you're going to lose some guys. Some guys get banged up. We'll probably 4 or 5 guys won't play for each team, won't play this week. And, a couple of guys got the crap knocked out of them and everything else. But I know it's frustrating to watch. I look at Jimmy. I go, Jimmy, he's got to keep running the ball.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, though.
The what?
The overall.
No, it wasn't
take
bad.
a step back. It wasn't
the first 3
bad.
quarters. The problem was that fourth quarter thing. It lasted about 40-something minutes and was terrible with injuries and penalties and those things.
Is I did think the quarterbacks would be better because of all the stuff you keep hearing coming out of there.
But again,
think it would look better. I say that damn near pick 6 that Zach Wilson threw. I mean, that thing was
should have had it. That guy.
Yeah,
they never get that
again.
Yeah. But Woody, this goes back to the whole practice thing and Zach Wilson and Hewers and why isn't Hewers getting a chance? And then you're like, okay, now it's live, fellas. They're going to tackle you. You can't stand back there, and the guys are just going to run by you because they know every guy on defense knows you can't touch the quarterback. Now they're touching you, and now your ass is going down, or you're going to take off and run. And their guys were under pressure constantly.
Oh, they were.
And they just did a better job of rolling out and keeping plays alive and completing passes, right?
Well, I thought our defensive line did a good job. They seem to be a good unit for this team, but you're right that like the secondary, obviously, that is
when they don't get
concerning.
This was a concern. When we don't get there with that front 7,
they're going to get picked apart.
That zone defense, you can't just play zone defense all the time. You can't.
What do you do?
Get there. Blitz.
Just blitz. Okay.
Get there.
Fair enough.
Hey, hopefully that 4-man rush, you can make a living with that so you have extra guys to cover. But, we'll get into all that. We got a lot more stuff to get to here this morning. It's a great topic. Not saying anybody's wrong, but listen, man, if you're going to practice, I'm sorry. He was stubborn about it and wasn't creative. It was like, hey, we're going to run.
Even if you know it's coming, though, it's very frustrating to watch, man.
It is
because that was a big thing coming into this year is the short yardage stuff, and
then guys shoot gaps and nobody touches them, and the guy really blows them up on the last one. All right, right now, before we get back to everything else, we got to tell you about our South Florida Chevy dealers this morning. Never a bad time to talk about South Florida Chevy products, especially the SUV family. We've been talking about it for a long time. And being part of the SUV family, boy, I've had so many Tahoes, and I just bought myself over the last 4 or 5 months a 2025 Tahoe. Love all that space. I do. Love driving. It's lonely in that big boy sometimes, but boy, I'll tell you what, it is nice to have all that room. What a great look. I love the new Tahoes, and I know you will too. Suburbans too. I would tell everybody vacation, except the kids all going back to school today in Broward. And Dave's got a couple of days, and they're going to school. Woody, I forgot about that, man. Leon's in school today.
Yeah, big morning.
Is he nervous or how's he?
Yeah, he's a little nervous. Yeah.
You're meeting
a much
new
bigger
kids.
school than he was at, so he's a little nervous. But
yeah,
we're all good, man.
All right. Yep. He's going to that's good schools out there where you are. Hey, getting back to the SUV family, the all-new Equinox.
I can talk about the Equinox I drove in on if you want to change the subject back. I mean, I love that thing, by the way.
Yeah, I know you do.
I'm loving that car right now.
I know you went out, and I know you got a great deal because I know
Chris
the guy
the best,
you did.
Man,
Chris,
you got to stop by over there, man. Ed Morse, that place.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, listen, we got a lot of great Chevy dealers, 14 throughout South Florida to get great deals. And whether it's the all-new Equinox or the electric Equinox, right over to a 2025 Traverse, and, of course, our big guys, the Tahoes and the Suburbans. We got something for everybody. No matter what size you feel comfortable driving, they all have a great look. And they all have a lot of space. They really do for you, the cargo, the family, and everybody else. Hey, try out the new Silverado trucks. We make a truck perfect for your lifestyle. Strong and durable Silverado trucks across the board. Hey, man, things have never looked better than they do right now at your South Florida Chevy dealers. See your South Florida Chevy dealers today for outstanding offers going on right now.
Yeah, I would say they're both still learning the offense, still trying to get a good gauge and good feel on how Mike calls plays. Also get a good feel and gauge with the guys that are in there with them on timing, their footwork with certain plays. So all of that, and this is their first one. I don't think anyone should think this was the best, this was the worst. This is their first opportunity, especially for Quinn. And this is a learning lesson for them, and they'll continue to get better. Got 2 more opportunities for those guys. So looking forward to what they do next time.
Couldn't agree more, man, than what Tua Tagovailoa had to say about the other 2 guys, Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers. Hey, man, you got to be aware of who you're playing with. Boy, this takes me back because I played with the 3s for 6, 7 preseasons. I played a lot with those guys, and you're looking to have success, and you got to know what's with you. You've been now a couple weeks with your offensive lineman. You're looking around, and you're going, okay, I got to get rid of the ball quickly. And who have I had the best chemistry with in camp? Who's going to help me look good? Who's going to help me score? Who's going to help me get first downs? And he's right on the money. And by the way, it's not the end. They'll get better and they'll get more comfortable. That's the first time they've both been tackled in camp. And Zach 4 times, and Quinn Ewers, of course, rolled out and didn't see a guy from behind who he got stripped and fumbled the ball in really bad field position. So that was a learning experience, man. But you got to know, boy, that clock's got to be running. I don't know how much time you think you're going to have. Everybody's talking about it. Austin Jackson's out. I don't know if you have 5 guys or not. I'm not sure. Larry Borum started at right tackle, had some good plays, had some bad plays. And they were playing guys who are shifting in. The rookies played a lot of football yesterday. I don't know if you could tell on TV or listening to the game, but yeah, a lot of those guys, young guys, they kept in even late in the game. They want to get them some work. They want to see how they play. They were gassed a little bit, some of those guys. You could tell that's the most football. It's a little different, man, than going out through a normal practice and then playing like everybody else has to, because that's not going to change. That's live football. Preseason is live football. Doesn't count, but it's live football. It doesn't count as far as wins and losses, but it is 100% live. You're going to get some guys hit you high. You're going to see the penalty flag, but guys aren't going to pull back on you because they're all trying to make the team and press and all those things. But, boy, the biggest thing for Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers going forward, because he's right, they're going to play most of the football over these next 2 games. There got to be more awareness, man, of you look, you got to get rid of the ball. You got to throw it. We can just sit and go, well, it's not their fault. They don't have time. Hey, you know what you're playing with? You're playing with the 2s and 3s on this offensive line. So some of it's on you. Sometimes it's not. Don't get me wrong. But you also got to know, man, when there's a free blitzer, there's got to be somebody. If there's a free blitzer, somebody knows that and is giving you a quick pattern to throw to under those circumstances. So that was part of it. Hey, I thought a lot of different groups did play well. I like the running back room, starting with Achane, who looked great yesterday. Man, he looked fresh, made some great cuts, broke some tackles, caught the football out of the backfield, all those things that he did last year. Not worried about him. But now all of a sudden, excuse me, I got a question. Who's the second best running back on this team? Because you start looking and you say to yourself, Ollie Gordon didn't get to play with the best line yesterday. He played the end of the game, got a whole bunch of carries, but late in the game. Man, I tell you what, he runs strong, 225 pounds. And if we're going to run inside and you're going to stick with it and go, damn it, guys, we're going to score between the tackles. So get ready to go.
So I know Omar is going to go, for Madison. That's his guy. But I kind of with you. I thought Gordon looked pretty good.
He just looked really strong. Broke that
Just
nice
looks
run.
fresh, like young, fresh, right?
So yes, yeah, and so, but we're gonna say this at a bunch of positions. So the problem, so other positions, and I'm randomly jumping around here. So defensively, a guy that made more plays than anybody yesterday. Also, listen, he had a couple plays where coverage wasn't great. Channing Tindall, and you're going, oh, you're not throwing that name at me, Joe. Come on, that guy's our first pick 4 or 5 years ago. Fourth year. This is his fourth year. And he's been a special teams, but he was supposed to be one of those fast dudes coming out of Georgia, starting in the middle of our defense, and he hasn't. And you're right. But yesterday, he had a lot of good plays. And I don't know if he has a chance unless they keep him as a special teams guy because of all the guys they have. Willie Gay Jr., Jordan Brooks, Dotson, and Britt from Tampa Bay are all really good players. So do they keep Channing knowing they're probably better at the linebacker position than he is, but he's the most athletic guy and probably going to be the best guy on special teams besides Gay. Willie Gay does everything, man. Willie Gay, he did it again early in the game yesterday. He goes down and makes tackles on special teams and a really good player. By the way, got himself a couple of rings with Kansas City. Hey, man, once you get those rings, now it's just about playing as long as you can and making as much money as you can because Willie Gay Jr.'s got himself a couple of rings already with the Kansas City Chiefs. But so you go across the board and at certain positions where you're strong, like the front seven, I don't know what they're going to do and how they're going to work out the defensive line position because they got a lot of really good players. They had a lot of guys making plays yesterday again.
Well, that's a good issue to have.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Nice that we have that.
Well, we don't have that every position, obviously, because it's not a perfect roster. Nobody has the perfect one.
What was your biggest concern? Was it O-line?
Same one.
Or secondary?
Same one.
Both?
Yeah. 1A, 1B.
Yeah. Oh, wow, we said at the same time. That's good.
I had to tell you, the writers, they get a lot of, including the team, they get a lot of crap. Oh, you guys, what they're talking about, it's not, you guys got to let the process play. Okay, we're going to let the process play out. We got to see guys playing better. I got to tell you who was not very good yesterday at all. And I'm going to do the good and the not so good. So for all you really positive Pauls out there, I'm going to hit that. And for all those people, the little Nancy negatives, if they're married.
I don't think there's anything to be too overly negative about. I mean, again, I thought it looked better than I expected for the
first
most
three
part.
quarters were not bad.
The only thing that's really frustrating is that damn short yardage stuff. And the way the game ended, but
the game. I mean,
these ties they're for the birds, man.
You want to try to see who wins a preseason game?
Yeah.
Does it count?
Well, you need that kicker who hit the 70-yarder. You need that guy. Bring him in.
By the way,
get the ball to midfield, and you're good.
They were close enough for their kicker, and they had a penalty. Knocked them right out. They couldn't get more yards.
Did you see the guy? I think it was Jacksonville, right? That hit a 70-yarder.
Yeah. Unbelievable. It looked like he had a little more.
Yeah, had about 10 yards to go.
It looked like, by the way,
you kicked the ball in the end zone by accident, and you're in field goal range of that team, yeah.
You know it was really good, yes, the group that was by far the best
Special
been.
Teams.
That guy, they should have given that guy a game ball, and I know, but just because special teams have been so bad, and that guy kept his job so long, and every year, everybody quietly would go, how can our special teams be ranked so low, and he keeps his job? What? And I know what he used to say. He used to go, well, a lot of my key guys got to play in offense and defense, so they're not as good, and now I got to use different guys, so I don't have enough good guys, which everybody goes through.
Mm-hmm.
But
we saw a bunch of returns too.
Hey, and that's one thing. We had Darren Rizzi on here, a month ago? Has it been a month, Woody? A little more?
A few weeks, yeah.
He said, hey, man, going to be a lot of returns. And he's right. There's going to be a lot of drives in this new game good or bad, from about 35 to the 50. From 35 to the 50 on returns. They're not no more ripping out of the back of the end zone. Now it's trying to kick it down inside the 5 where the guy's got to return it.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, it makes the game more entertaining, I guess, right? That's what they're always going for.
Can I tell you the best play of the game?
Oh, please.
Best play of the game. Cameron Good's play on special teams. He was about 5 yards ahead of everybody else. Got a guy blocking him. Gets off the block and tackles a guy one-on-one. Really hard thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at Cameron Good. How are you going to keep him? Where's he fit in? Because there's a whole bunch of guys better pass rushers, but he's really good on special teams.
It's a good problem to have, though.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's nice to have one of those problems.
Anyway, and the receiver situation with the Washingtons and D. Eskridge. Ethan Bonner made a nice play, got the ball up in the air.
As a comment, made a couple of plays.
Yeah, by the way, how about that one? God, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you said that. He did make a call and had a nice return. He is the best. By the way,
hey man, that return thing though is going to be like that's a thing. Remember we talked like Devin Hester, right? And then we're like, oh, no one returns the ball anymore.
How'd you like to be Devin Hester playing in that?
Yeah, like this is gonna be a thing, right? Like you need a legitimate returner.
You get you want a guy now that realizes,
can break one.
And those coaches are all going, hey guys, you realize we could break 4 or 5 this year. No, I'm not exaggerating. You're going, what? Get out of here. Look how close yesterday.
Yeah.
I didn't see all the games. I saw there were some touchdowns on in some of the games.
Seems to be starting out there near midfield.
We're going to see not only going to see more touchdowns, we're going to see, like you said, a lot better field position.
Mm-hmm.
These offense going to be starting to like, well, we got a field goal. Let's go get the touchdown. We're close enough, man. We're in great shape. All right, we got to go to break, Woody. A lot more stuff to get to here this morning. By the way, for people watching, I know we got a lot of Jets and Patriot fans live down here. They must be real excited. Jets win 30-10. Patriots win 48-18.
Oh, I just heard driving in how great the Jets are.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah.
My man said, hey, that's the team.
You know, the overreaction to the preseason stuff is wild.
That's why it's so great.
It is so like Shedeur Sanders, right? Got it going.
That was great. By the way, he also called out a guy in the radio business who's been ripping him since he got there. He called him out.
By the way, that's a cool story. If he ends up playing well over there with what they, putting him, 4th or 3rd on the depth chart.
You saw some people were mad at the coach. He didn't give him enough praise.
Yeah.
And he made him sound like, he's got a lot of work. And they were mad that he didn't, name him the starting quarterback or something. It was
what a bizarre situation they have over there, isn't it?
That's a weird one.
Again, I have to assume, Joe, he's 3rd string at best, right? Start their season. They're not going to dump the guy they drafted a handful of rounds in front of him. And they seem like Flacco seems to be
see him going ahead. I see him going ahead of Lefty.
Of Dylan Gabriel, really?
Yes.
Okay. Then you got the Massage King still over there on the roster.
He's not going. He's ahead of him right now. Soon as you showed up and signed your contract, you're ahead of him. They want to get rid of him.
Boy, they must hate Joe Flacco in Cleveland then, right? Like, why play Joe Flacco? What do you have to gain by doing that?
They're trying to win games too.
Oh, come on.
They're trying to get better and win games.
That to your fans?
They think Joe Flacco's their best chance. They know what Joe can do, and they're not sure what the rest of these guys can do. Woody, we got to go to break here. I'm going to be going right into 7 o'clock hour, and you're going to be mad at me. But not without talking about Atlantic Men's Clinic, ED and Low T. Boy, I got to tell you, if you've been dragging, lack of sleep, not sleeping well, in a funk, depressed, sex drive is gone to go along with your energy level is gone, and you're going, what's going on, man? I am tired all the time. I come home, I have no energy to do nothing except lay down, take a nap, get ready, have dinner, eat too much, not exercising, gaining weight, go to bed, and do the same routine 7 days a week. And everybody's telling you, oh, it's okay, it's part of life. You go, no, it's not. Atlantic Men's Clinic is telling you it's not. You want to get your energy level back? You want to get your sex drive back? I don't care if you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s. If you're going through it and all of a sudden you and your wife have just become good friends and that's it, hell, they're almost like neighbors. If you want to get more, Atlantic Men's Clinic works like nobody's business. 14 months. I got the PSA test, and I got great results. I got it fast. Number one question I get asked is, how quickly does this thing kick in? And I know what you're talking about, brothers. And I know, and I want to let you know it kicks in real quickly. They'll get your numbers. They'll put you on a program that's perfect for you. The PSA test, they're professionals, put together a program. You get started, 7 locations, including a brand new one in Hollywood, and you are in business, something close to you, great people, making it a great experience for you with unbelievable results and doing it the right way, the safe way. 877-455-7300 or visit AtlanticMensClinic.com. Set up that first appointment. It's the best one. You'll be glad you did.
It's hot. Lunch packed up, my boots tied tight. I hope I don't get in a fight. Oh, back to school, back to school, back to school. Well, here goes nothing.
Well, here's the softer side of our show. Welcome back to school, kids in Broward County. I know Dade County's got a few extra days. Some of the mothers in here have already coached me up, and Woody, but we got one special guy I got to say good morning to. One special guy out there. One special. Now, you're all special to me if you're listening or viewing now. But my man, Leon, you're out there getting ready for your new school. You're going to kick you-know-what at that school, man. You are going to do great. It's going to be a great experience. You are. So, Leon, get ready. Walk in there and be the man. You're going to be ready to go. Can't wait. So
thanks, man. He's very excited. He's fired up this
He
morning.
is fired up. Good. That's
so
great,
I was
man.
driving in. I saw those Broward school buses were getting ready to roll.
Well, and you know what? So I'm not too far from Western High School and Bonaventure Catholic School, right next to each other. So you can imagine during the time of either picking them up or going to school. Now, I'm okay going to school. I'm up early in the morning already down here. But the one in the afternoon, I always forget. And you get stuck. And it takes forever to go like a half a mile. And if you're, so I got to be prepared now. I got to remember those hours, get back that 2 to 3:15, and
just don't drive in front of those buses, man, because they got cameras all over them now. And
they don't mess around.
I think the fines are up to $500.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. I got a lot of bad habits, but I don't mess with the buses. I got a lot of bad habits, but not that one. Not that one. So anyway, hey, for all the kids out there, boys and girls out there with mom and dad today, and and by the way, a lot of them, I mean, I was not a big school guy. Like, I didn't like, oh boy, I get to go back to school. I was like, what about all my teams? I get to play everything down, or is this shutting it down? What happens now? So
we got to find out, by the way, all of our other counties that we reach now, how they're doing with when they start.
That's right. We got to start talking about Palm Beach, man. We are in Palm Beach this morning. I can't believe we're up there with all the PGA players now. We're going to have to start doing golf stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Start doing rankings, Jupiter PGA, because they all live up there. Those guys all live up there in Jupiter area now. They come down.
Speaking of golf, we do have a Happy Gilmore, an Adam Sandler giveaway that we're doing here. You want me to give you the code now since you brought it up?
Yeah.
Adam Sandler is coming to the Kaseya Center on September 7th. We do have a chance for you to win tickets. Text the word Adam to 20357, and that's Adam to 20357. For more info, you can go to WQAM.com. This is a text contest. Message and data rates apply. Don't text and drive. Tickets are also available for purchase at KaseyaCenter.com.
Right. So what'd you think of Happy Gilmore 2?
Those are one of the worst pieces of crap I've ever seen. And I love Adam Sandler.
You love him.
I love
everything he does.
You
love him.
Person in the world. That was tough to watch.
So, you're not the first one. I said a few weeks ago, everybody that loves him did not like the second one. They said he overdosed it.
Yeah, well, I was devastated to see the golfers were going to be in it. I didn't really do much research going into the movie. I just kind of let it rip over the weekend. Yeah. But to see Koepka and DeChambeau and these guys, I mean, they're dopey.
You didn't like those guys in the movie.
They shouldn't be in a comedy. I get it. They were maybe give them a cameo, but they were in it way too much.
Yeah. All right.
The plot was.
And Woody, since I know how much you like him,
I hope to be going to this show here.
Yeah, of course. 7th. That's different.
I'm going to text in Adam to 20357.
Sounds good, Woody.
Get some tickets here.
Hey, we've got a lot of news and NFL games. I don't know how much sat in my hotel room there and able to watch a little bit of a lot of games, especially in the evening.
I think a lot of us spent a lot of our weekend watching football. Man.
Well, I was really
good to be back, isn't it?
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I couldn't wait. I wanted to watch the first snap with Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah,
right.
He's must-see TV.
14 of 23, 138 yards and 2 touchdowns. I was happy for him. I know everybody. I shouldn't say everybody. It's kind of mixed, right? Some people really like him, some don't.
Yeah.
Some really defend him.
What's the dislike really about him though? he said all the right stuff with his dad, right? He's like, I'm not gonna have him around.
Well, did you see he had a
Too much of a
guy walk in
distraction
with
and-
him that had something, and I saw people are upset that,
So what?
you know, but he went out. He had he made some good throws. Those weren't just
He's just in such a weird situation there.
He is. Being Dion's kid and everything that's just happened is just not. It's not an easy road.
They got to get rid of Joe Flacco, though. Like, that's the dumbest thing. Why would you keep that guy around?
Well, they're not just going to come in and
I
start
know, but
Shador. I don't think, unless everybody's hurt, obviously. And they got a bunch of guys hurt. It is going to be really interesting to see, is he going to be the backup to start the season? Hell, he could play. If they're not playing well, you got nothing to lose. Somebody's going to go put Shador in there at some point and let him play. I don't think he'll start no matter what happens. Or will he be a backup quarterback if somebody goes down? There's a good chance Browns quarterbacks get hurt. Hell, they can't stay healthy in camp where nobody touches you. What's the chance they're going to stay healthy when they start tackling these guys? And then the Jets and the Patriots. Jets beat the Packers 30-10. I hope people don't read into it too much. And the Patriots put 48. They didn't score 48 in 4 games a year ago. They struggle. 48-18 over Washington.
Yeah, before we overreact, let's see. Skylar Thompson, look at his numbers before you overreact to what the preseason is.
What were Skylar's actual numbers? They weren't really great.
Honestly, no. It was like 233 and 3.
Really?
20-38. They haven't thrown 38 times.
Wow. I didn't think he'd be on the team.
28? I don't know. People say different things.
I was shocked. I didn't think he'd
20 of 28.
Yeah.
233 and 3.
He's a hell of a
132 passer rate.
He's a hell of a preseason player, and that's not a shot. He's been a really good preseason player.
Yeah, so we hear.
Hey, we got to go to break here. We got overloaded.
Joe Shad was retweeting some of the Pittsburgh media that was like freaking out over how good this guy is. I mean, obviously they don't know, but
yeah,
he
had a lot better weapons down here to throw to than they have.
Yeah. Well, usually we talk about guys being good in the regular season and being bad in the playoffs, right? This guy's bad. He's good in the preseason, but he's bad in the regular season.
Well,
you don't usually have that.
Hey, good for him, man. Getting his career going again. And because, you kind of wonder when things ended the way they did and how it goes. So he's off. Don't want to hate on anybody. Hey, we got to go to break here. Got to get all caught up here. We do have a lot more from the Dolphins, 24-24 tie, because they don't play in overtime in preseason football.
And for the betting community, we find a way to end these games with a winner.
We want to just have a.
This is the second time this preseason I've
You want to have a
pushed.
You want to have a field goal contest though at the end there?
A shootout?
A field goal shootout. We'll just put it at the end there.
To be honest, I would love that.
Kind of like the All-Star game, the home runs at the end of the game.
Well, guys are hitting them from 70 now, so.
That would be pretty interesting. Just let them rip, go out there, and the teams are watching them. And
shootout.
That'd be something else. All right. We got to get all caught up. 7 o'clock hour is on the way.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore Sawgrass Auto Mall Studios. Ed Moore
are monstrous, and the prices don't survive. No one sells for less. No one, starting with the Dolphins, who tied the Bears at 24 all in their preseason opener. Tua got the start, went 5 of 6 on his only drive. Miami will stay out on the road, heading to Detroit for joint practices on Wednesday and Thursday. Preseason game 2 will be in Detroit on Saturday night. Over to the Marlins, who dropped 4 of 5 to the Braves, falling by a final of 7-1 yesterday. Miami will get a day off today before heading to Cleveland tomorrow. And in soccer, Inter Miami fell to Orlando 4-1. Next up, Miami hosts LA on Saturday. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
I wanted the starters to play. However, I didn't want starters to play through a minor anything. So it was more, whether it was regular season, if they could have gone, we didn't even go into that conversation. But it was one of those that it was just didn't make any sense to risk further setbacks. And I think their bodies will appreciate that little time off.
I think that's kind of the sentiment of the whole league, by the way, Woody, that if you're banged up and you just had that practice in the case of Waddle and you took a shot and he said, hey, I'm a little sore, you're not going to play him. This thing, at the end of the day, we can talk about getting that work in. And I made a big deal. They need to get the work in on short yardage and goal line and run, especially down on the goal line. They got to keep running until we get this thing figured out. Doesn't do any good to go out and draft a 330, 340-pound guy in the second round, and then your top free agent that you bring in is James Daniels. He's 320 pounds, and not run the ball inside. So, but saying all that, the most important thing, besides getting that work in, is being healthy for the opener. And so he kept Waddle out. We knew Tyreek Hill was not going to play, and Waddle didn't play. And it was okay because they got a bunch of other guys. And actually, as a group, I thought the wide receivers played really well. The guys that have a chance to make the team played really well. The Washingtons, our last year draft wide receiver Washingtons, D. Eskridge. And I got to say, as a comment, Woody, I'm glad you said that. I almost forgot about him this morning. It's the weirdest damn thing I've ever seen. This is 4th year, and this is still going on. He's given us 4 or 5 of what he did yesterday. Moments of really good football, usually in preseason, always in preseason. And he did it again. He had a good return, stayed on his feet, was fired up. So can you trust a guy in year 4 that you haven't been able to trust because you haven't played him? So that's not me. That's them. They don't play him, or he's not active, or he's injured, or whatever else he's going through. And I don't know anything else, but
you never know when it's going to click, right? When it's all going to come together.
Yeah, but if you haven't been able to trust him the first 3 years, can you trust him in year 4?
You never know, man.
Yeah.
The funniest wide receiver thing we ever had down here maybe was the Devontae Parker thing, remember? Guy dealt with injuries forever and ever, and then he has that one half season where he's the best receiver in football.
He did. He had a great year. Remember when Stephon Gilmore, he chewed him up in the last game?
No, he was the best receiver in football for a stretch.
I don't know about best, but
he was putting up insane numbers.
Chewed up Buffalo, and I was like, what is going on? Yeah, he did have that
so
1 year.
You never know, when it's all going to come together for a guy, right?
Yeah. No. I
don't know if that's a good example.
We had a lot of guys when they had time to throw the football. We had a lot of guys make catches yesterday.
Oh man, Joe, time to throw the football is going to be. The offensive line it's amazing. It's still a concern.
Well,
after as much talk as there's been, and
you get Austin Jackson back,
yeah,
you've got your 5 guys. The question is, how long? We have not done well with 5 guys. I can't remember last time. It's either been centers, it's been a guard problem, and last year was a tackle problem. And you had Teron, and he was, he plays many games, but you knew he's going to miss 2 or 3 games. And so you had to get somebody ready to go there, which everybody's raving about Patrick Paul, even the Bears talking about how good he is. That made really good to hear that from talking about everybody and going, hey, that 52, that big cat, he's going to be a really good one. He's going to be good. So that's good to hear. And a lot of nice things said about Jonah as well, the left guard. and our second-round pick and everything with him and his play and the growing pains. And they tried to run behind him. They had a little bit of success yesterday. But that goal line thing and that short yardage thing is real. And, man, I'm sorry. It's hard to finesse around not being able to run between the tackles at some point. Just running wide, you got to, at some point, be able to win some battles and be able to get 1 or 2 yards. Right? 3rd and goal at the 1, 3rd and goal at the 2, 3rd and goal at the 2.5 or 3. And or you get fresh downs down inside the 5. You got to be able to score running the football. You have to. So they're working on it, and I had no problem. And if that was a regular season game and they go 15 plays and they don't score in the opening drive, it is a punch in the gut. It's the most disheartening thing you can have in football. We just chewed up the whole clock. We chewed up most of the first quarter. We had 15 plays, and the score is 0-0. No score. Terrible. Right? You hear that, you're going, hey, you go down there where it's 7. Now, if it's a game, if it's a real game, he would never run the ball 4 straight times. Mike doesn't have it in him to run it 4 straight times. But he was working on it.
I hope you're right.
I'm telling you,
I try to force that running.
No, he would not do that. He would.
It's just not their identity, right? Like,
yeah, but how do you change things? I mean, everybody's saying some things got to change, and that's one of the biggest problems.
Yeah, it's not going to magically just like, okay, it's going to be better.
It's not magically. You went out and got a guy that you thought was one of the best guards in free agency and one of the best guards in the draft. They gave up a lot to get that guy.
Struggle with those things, man. I don't know.
They went out, got 2 big dudes to go. And part of this is being able to run the football and not just depend on the 2 guys that didn't play yesterday. So anyway, hey, besides all that stuff, we say good morning to everybody out there with the kids going to school.
Good morning to Polk County, by the way. They start school this morning.
Do they really?
Yes.
Did you just get something from them?
I did. Polk County checked in.
We got to start getting educated.
Palm Beach is back in school today.
Hey, I got to tell you, man, when we get to high school football now, I want everybody in Palm Beach to know, because Larry Bluestein, I saw, sent me a text this morning, and I'm going to talk to him today. We're going to get our high school football stuff going again. And we're getting Palm Beach this year, now that we have the signal, and we cover all of Palm Beach, even north of Jupiter. We're going to be doing our top 10, our top teams. And for the first time, Palm Beach's best teams will be in there. Private and public schools we'll be talking about them.
Nice.
So Jack Daniels up there, our guy, old Dwyer coach, still got great teams up there at his new location. We'll be hitting everybody. So looking forward to that, man, and having the whole Palm Beach County up there as a sports station. And having that signal is great. I'm really excited about it at this point. I am really, really excited to know we're getting ready to start football season and that we can cover Palm Beach. I just really, really excited about this taking place. Hey, by the way, we've got a lot of other stuff. I said the Marlins, well, I'll tell you what, I did not see. Woody, so much for getting back to 500. The Braves, who have struggled, had a lot of problems, injuries, and mostly injuries. Marlins play the Braves 5 times and lose 4 of them, including a doubleheader. Those hurt, losing 2 games in 1 day, and then finish up the series yesterday with a 7-1 loss. They've got Cleveland and Boston coming up here, the next 6 games before coming back home. And then on top of all of that, we are just a couple of weeks away from Notre Dame. What's that, less than 3 weeks now?
Yes, it is, less than 3
Notre
weeks.
Dame and Miami.
That ought to be good.
At Hard Rock. And if that's not enough, the Gators are coming down here a few weeks later. Good God.
One game at a time, Joe.
I know, one at a time.
We're close enough where we can say that now, right?
So I did love the reaction, and I'm now an old pro about all these preseason games and how you read into your team playing. Got to be your team. I can't imagine too many people care about too many other things. I'll tell you the other story I cared about, and I watched to start the game, was Jacksonville. I wanted to see.
Yeah.
He played both.
He did.
Did a little bit both
Kinda
ways.
quiet. But
yeah, not quiet, but
By the way, someone just texted in. I didn't know. I don't think they knew you were going to mention Jacksonville, but Duval County is starting today. Their school,
So it's just a few days behind, basically.
I guess.
Yeah.
Marion County, Ocala starts school today. Someone just checked in from the 352.
Hey, man.
You're everywhere, bro. You're spreading.
Hey, you can't go to Gainesville without Ocala. Got to go by Ocala and see all those horses out there, bro. You ever seen all those ranches, horse farms up there on the way?
No. I don't
Oh, my God, Woody.
much.
One of the most impressive. I always go, one day I'm going to stop and just drive up there to see. They're unbelievable. And by the way, those aren't the horses that are out by me and Davey, the plow horses, or the kids' horses, the horses and that they have and they can ride on the weekends and stuff. And we got horse trails all over Davey where you can go. These are expensive ones, man. These are ones they're selling to race and get ready to go, man. So yeah, we love Ocala, man. We definitely love Ocala. We getting all caught up here this morning. Bears and Dolphins 24-24 with a chippy practice. Before I want to get into some of that stuff because I had the Bears coaches come up to me yesterday. Of course, obviously some of the guys that I'm familiar with that are on our coaching staff at one point. And they go, man, it's the weirdest thing. What happened? We didn't think we did anything wrong. We're playing physical football, and yet we read our writers, and they're saying, hey, it was great to see the Bears dominate, especially defensively, getting after it with physical football. And the Dolphins writers are going, man, it was chippy, it was dirty. Those weren't the rules that were set up. You were supposed to tackle high but not take guys to the ground. There are a couple of cheap shots taken. Hey, man, if you go out and you tell your guys you need to be physical, they're going to make sure they're a lot closer to taking a guy down than they are to just grabbing a guy and maybe he gets away or something. So you got a chippy practice, a lot of guys pissed off during the practice. This is what you get. It was so bad, 2 linebackers for the Dolphins even had to, you see they did an apology with the whole thing. Everything got out and they got up and did an apology. And
yes,
I don't know if I've ever seen that one, by the way.
You never apologized like that?
No, I've never seen like Jordan Brooks and Tyrell Dotson get in front of the room and
hug it out.
Say, hey, man, this is brothers. We had a disagreement about things that were going on the field. And
did you ever have any fights amongst teammates?
No, pushing and shoving, but I would have got my ass kicked by most of the guys I played with.
No, not you personally. I say your teams.
Yes. I had guys that didn't like each other on our team.
Yeah.
Yes. Matter of fact,
like personal stuff or
no, they didn't like each other. Their personalities. You get every so often guys can't suck it up about how they feel about each other.
Really?
And they fight. I got a great story for you about that, but we got to go to break right now.
I'd love to hear this.
No. We got a linebacker and a guard that just hated each other every day. And it was like, it's going to happen again. And sure enough, it was just amazing. He could not get along. You get guys on teams that just like, hey, we're going out, and they'll go, is such and such going? You go, yeah, he's going to be there. I'm not going. I can't stand him. I hate playing with him. No, you're going to get guys that just don't like each other.
Yeah.
We had 2 guys in the receiver room did not like each other. Did not like each other. Never helped, played together, but never helped each other. And little jabs were constantly taken. It was amazing. Yeah. I know now everybody's going to try to figure out who it is.
If they guess it right, will you tell us?
No, because one guy probably wouldn't be happy I did that. Baptist Health South Florida, though, man, let's talk about sports-related injuries. One you're going to get, Woody, here pretty soon. When you're active again and out there playing with Leon, you know what? Don't worry about it. We got a great sports medicine program now down here for everybody. Baptist Health South Florida has one of the top sports medicine programs in the country, top 50 in the country. And, you get top 50 program. You take care of a lot of teams. They do. Inter Miami, the Heat, the Panthers, the Miami Dolphins, FIU, Detroit, getting ready for a couple of practices. And I would just say to all those Dolphin players, Dan Campbell is going to get after it in those practices up there and the preseason game. He is, if you watch the Dan Campbell story, he gets after it in practice. So this will be an interesting one. We just saw his coach, when his offensive coordinator a year ago, Ben Johnson, and how he's practicing. This one will be really interesting to see how this goes this week. And they need this work, man. They do. Mike said it. Hey, we need the work, and get into it. 24-24 Bears and Fins tie. Had a chippy practice with them a couple of days before. And then everything you got, the good and the bad. There were good plays and bad plays in the fourth quarter. Look like this is what happens when the guys at the end of the 90-man roster play a lot of football. It gets ugly. Penalties, injuries, just a lot of ugly stuff happened. It was a long fourth quarter. If you turned it off, I completely understand. If you said, hey, 3 quarters is enough or half, I get it. No problem. I do understand. So anyway, there were guys, and it really depends on our writers and who their favorites are. We're going to have Omar Kelly join us, and Omar's up there. We'll talk to him and get his take on everything. But to me, the problems didn't just go away. We're hoping, and the Dolphins are hoping, the system, the experience, the more they play, the more comfortable they'll get and be able to handle it, especially at the cornerback position and the depth of the offensive line. Right now, this is a weird one. I wanted to say this about the cornerback position, and I think Ethan Bonner and Storm Duck are your 2 best corners. Now, people are going to go, what? I believe they trust those guys to play the game the right way and make plays. Those 2. I think Jack Jones has a ton of talent. Makes a great play yesterday, Woody. I thought he had an interview, and I saw he mugged the guy the whole way down the field. So they call a penalty. Called back. Interception called back. But Jack Jones got unbelievable. Like, you got to keep him short of him going knucklehead on us this next couple weeks and doing something stupid. He should be one of those cornerbacks as well. Should get one of those jobs. But again, and then this offensive line, I know we're talking about the quarterbacks, and some of it, you're right. The quarterbacks had time to throw. There were plays to be made that should have been made with Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers. And Zach was in the pocket. I thought he had time to throw the football, and he didn't, and he took sacks. And to me, that's 100% on him. Now, he could say, well, my guys weren't open. I didn't want to throw it. Or I guess he said he went through all his reads across the field. But you also got to realize, clock's running in your head, you're going to get hit, especially if you're sitting in the middle of that pocket. They're going after you. Now,
the weirdest thing, though, with Wilson was how poorly he throws the ball when he's not able to step into it.
Yeah. You're right.
Like, I don't know if it's an arm strength deal or he's just
it's
just
not
frazzled back there or whatever, but
so
man, oh man.
He's got it,
he's got
a strong arm because we
I would
said
assume.
he's got strongest arm on the team.
When he steps into it, he does.
But he missed 2 throws, including one that to Tanner Connor, that is a touchdown. You got to get it out there to him, and he underthrew it badly.
I don't know why I was expecting it to be that much better with the quarterbacks, but
because they've had
Zach Wilson's bounced around, man. Like, there's a reason, right?
Well,
Mike was going to fix him in a week, but
Mike thinks he's going to fix him, and he still does.
Hey, he fixed Tua.
And then on top of that, the love affair with Quinn Ewers. I think everybody took a step back yesterday on that.
Yes.
Again, he's been great in camp. Like I said yesterday, he's went out every time. I don't know if it's just every time I'm out there, he looks really good. And I go, wow, who made that throw? And I go, Quinn Ewers again. But in a game where live bullets are flying, and you're going to get tackled. They don't let you make the throw, and your guys are getting covered, and they throw in a blitz or a guy gets beat, things change. And it's no longer just sit back there in a practice where no matter what, even a guy gets beat, nobody touches you. That's now done in a preseason game. I think you need to see that too, by the way. I think we're talking about you got to see short yardage and goal line live. You can't just do that. Stay high, stay high. We can't do that. It's got to be all out, scratching and clawing and getting it figured out. Every guy in that offensive line that was in for any of those goal line situations knows what this team has been through. Everything has been clear. So you want to throw in all the narratives, that's another one. And that's one you can work on right now. You can't work on how you play late in the year. Well, you can. Part of this is this. But you got to be able to run the ball between the tackles. If you're finesse and you're going out and getting two physical guys to add to your offensive line at guards, and you're still saying you can't run the ball, we got a problem. We got a problem. And that's why they're saying the same thing. Like, look we went out and spent a lot of money, and we moved up in the draft and gave up a lot of draft picks to get you two guys. And one of the reasons, the number one reason we brought you in is run blocking. So we could get first downs on 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2 at the 40-yard line or down on the goal line once you get inside the 5. You don't want to be forced to bounce it outside and throw screen passes and all the other things, or you want to be able to line up and get a couple of yards. 2nd and goal at the 2, 2nd and goal at the 3, 1st and goal at the 5. You want to be able to run it. I think you got to practice it in these practices. So they didn't get it yesterday. It's okay. You can't give up on it. Hey, last thing you can do is go, all right, didn't work yesterday. We tried it 7 or 8. We had 7 or 8 plays, and they didn't work. We're getting away from it, guys. Forget it. We're going back to last year. Let's get our pass protection ready to go. We can't run the ball when we get down there. No, you got to be able to run it for first downs, to keep drives going, and you got to score touchdowns, man. And by the way, we did end up getting some touchdowns from all the guys yesterday. Actually, 3 different guys had a touchdown down there on the goal line, but you got to keep getting better at it and open holes and figure a way to get. This is not about getting 5 yards or a 6-yard run. It's about getting enough of a hole to get in the end zone. From 2 yards out, 3 yards out, you have to be able to do it. And yesterday is the start. Okay, it didn't work as well as they wanted, especially on that first drive. We're coming back, fellas. We're going to do it again. We got Detroit. We're going to try to do it again. Get after them now. So anyway, that's one of the things needs to be fixed that you can work on. But if you think they're coming back to run the same offense, then what are we doing going out making our most expensive veteran free agent a guard and then going out and drafting a guy 37 overall and moving up and giving up picks that people are still screaming, we needed cornerbacks. How can we give up those guys, man? We needed young cornerbacks to draft. They thought this guy's going to be, and they believe this guy's going to be, Butch thinks on this first hand, this is not second hand, Butch thinks he's going to be really friggin' good. But, yeah. But we need more depth at this position, getting back to the original part of this whole thing. I don't know if we have the guys or not. I thought a guy that really struggled yesterday, and I'm not picking on any one guy. He's been around. We got to see something. By the way, the guy's been around 3 or 4 years that aren't getting it done right now. We can't keep him on the roster. You got to start over. At some point, Adam Gase did it one time. We laugh about it. Remember the day, Woody, Adam Gase went in and said, ask the O-line coach, can these guys play? They've been around. We try them. They're in, they're out. And the O-line coach, he goes, I need in front of the staff, can those guys on the offensive line play? And they go, no. He cut 3 guys. He cut 3 guys. if these guys can't play, Keon Smith got to play guard and tackle yesterday. Didn't look good. Didn't look good. Keon Smith, this is his 5th year. He was on IR last year. Woody, 5 years? No longer want to hear about potential in 5 years. If he can't do it the next week or two, then go find something else to be a 7th or 8th or 9th offensive lineman. I'm not picking on Keon, but we haven't seen anything out of Keon. He's been here. He made a lot of money. You do minimum wage for veteran players. We've set him up for a nice start in life. But he looks the part. He's quick coming off the ball, but it's not turning into being a good lineman. And I'm not just picking on one guy. There's some other guys in that list too that I'm not sure will ever be able to play.
Texter said Joe admitted the Dolphins were bullied at practice on Friday. Nothing has changed.
What? We didn't get bullied. We didn't get bullied. We got beat on one side of the ball, yes. The offensive line. But the defensive line beat them up pretty good. So before you start this like 5th grade stuff, the 5th grade, Joe's admitted. First of all, I don't need some guy to tell me what I admitted. I'm telling you what I know.
Trying to turn you, Joe.
Defensive lines both beat up the offensive side of the ball. Both sides got after him.
Someone said give Joe Rose the Iron Man Award. Traveling still up for the start of the show. Love that.
Boy, it was a little rough getting up this morning, Woody.
Yeah.
I had a family full of people who wanted to talk when I got home, and I go 11:45, 12.
Really, is that late?
Yeah. And everybody's awake.
Everything go well on the flight home, though? Is okay?
Yeah.
Good.
By the way, good experience with Southwest.
Really?
I'm trying them all right now. So
we're them all?
So Jimmy and I are flying back.
Mm-hmm.
We're not staying the whole time with the team. And so I have stuff to do. I want to get stuff done before we get going here, station and some other stuff without getting into all my business.
You don't need to spend a week in Detroit.
But, so we'll go back towards the end of the week, and we got a Saturday game this time. Then we got a game following Saturday at home. We're home for a couple weeks. I have great appreciation for home games right now. Today I have great appreciation for home games.
You did okay. You got a seat and everything. Don't they do like the boarding groups where
but
free-for-all?
Can't beat 1-6.
Okay. All right.
Can't beat right there, number 6 in the line.
Nice. You guys got there early, or
got there early?
Group was
got there early enough to have a beer and a sandwich.
Did you? Are you a beer in the airport guy?
I was because Jimmy was. Jimmy wanted a beer.
All right.
Hell, I can
only one though, right? Because we don't need one of those incidents where you're drunk on the plane. And
I've never done that, bro.
No, I'm not saying you did, but we saw we've seen a lot of those lately.
Yes, but
people have a few too many.
Not my thing.
They start becoming a distraction to the.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, we got to go to break here, Woody. We're dragging here a little bit, and we
got some headlines, by the way.
All right, can't wait.
Did you see what happened in NASCAR by any chance?
No.
Oh boy.
Well, that's a tease. Yeah. So don't tease me, bro. Hey, Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah, the partners of Cohn
It's time for Hollywood's headlines. Without further ado, here's Hollywood.
All right, Woody. Waiting for the old mic to come on. What you got for us today, bud?
Video we showed you.
Unbelievable. I never seen anything like that. What a great tease.
So we'll get to that one in just a second here, Joe. But first wanted to get you some baseball here. And did you happen to see who got their 40th home run?
Ooh,
Shohei
Ohtani
keeps knocking them out of the park, man. He had his 40th on Saturday night. This is just an incredible run here, Joe, that he's not going to go 50-50 this year. He's only got like a few stolen bases.
He's the best player in baseball.
Oh yeah,
it's not even close. Yes.
No, not
I was
even
gonna let
close.
you add that. Yeah,
4 times now he's gotten to this mark here, 3rd straight season, and seems to be the overwhelming lock to win the MVP.
He's throwing 100-mile-an-hour fastballs too.
I know. Well, you didn't want him to pitch.
I don't think it's smart, but
No.
might as well enjoy it while he's doing it. I'm going to watch.
All right, so you want to go NASCAR or Jordan Hudson?
Either one. I like them both. Make sure you get them both in. Go ahead.
All right, NASCAR, Joe. You just saw the video. Connor Zilich is the driver here, and he's one of the best young drivers in NASCAR. Won a race on Saturday, and now, unfortunately, he got pretty badly hurt.
Celebrating.
So you can't laugh at the video. But he tries to, they get out of the car. They try to stand up on the roof of the car or whatever and celebrate.
Yeah, right from the window out.
Yeah, his foot got caught in something, and he swung down and just smashed into the ground. He broke his collarbone, and he was knocked out. They didn't bring stretchers out there.
I didn't realize he got knocked out,
Oh,
too.
yeah, it was the whole deal, man. The whole deal, yep. People were very concerned.
I shouldn't laugh either then. I did chuckle a little bit. Now it's not so funny.
Well, when we talk about we do this every once in a while. We talk about guys getting injured celebrating. This is up there with the worst I've ever seen. This is like the field goal guy, jumping up and blowing out his knee.
No, this is bad.
This was horrific.
No, it's bad. What else you got?
All right.
Well, I don't know what you want me to say.
I don't know. I was just waiting.
So sometimes you want me like something that's not like you shouldn't laugh at.
This one
you did this with the whole sex toys with the WNBA to try to get a reaction out of me. You're trying to do it again.
That's all we try to do is get a reaction.
That's
Joe.
good.
All right, Jordan Hudson. Did you hear about this one?
I haven't heard anything.
She cold called a podcast host.
I did hear that.
Yeah. So a couple of girls who do a podcast, and they said that the girl said that Hudson called her, beginning the call, announcing herself as, quote, the president of your universe. Went on to basically say that she is the Taylor Swift's got this famous PR person.
Yeah.
She said that she is that to Bill Belichick. That she is like the PR guru for Bill Belichick and how great of a job she's
They don't
doing.
actually have sound of that. That's just what they're saying.
No. So there's no sound. I don't think there's any sound of the call because I think the call happened off. Like she said, it was just a random phone call.
You love this because you're not a big fan of hers, right? You think she's just controlling him like a puppet.
No, to be honest, enjoy all this stuff. I think it's great.
I thought maybe she'd take a little humble pie and take a step back, but she
No
could
way,
be,
man.
She could be, screw you, man. I'm running his show and I'm not stopping. I got him.
Well, she's got to defend her good name while she's waiting for him to die.
That's terrible.
Or whatever it is she's doing.
What are your little Cole? Come
Sorry,
on, man.
What do you think she's doing, Joe?
She
sees the long term.
If you think the 2 assistant coaches, better known as his 2 sons,
yeah,
and his daughter-in-law,
are fans of hers.
And by the way, he's very close to his daughter, who's a coach.
Yeah.
If you think they're going to sit back and let this 24-year-old jump into the game and take his $200 million, which, by the way, they say that's what he's worth.
Good chunk of change, yeah.
$200 million. Bill Belichick has made some friggin' money.
She's done well for herself financially already, though, in this arrangement. I just want to make sure you know that.
Oh, wow.
Well, she's got the real estate going for her.
She did sneak that out. By the way, don't think that didn't go unnoticed
yeah.
by the family.
Yeah, you think?
I would love to be at that function after the year, and Bill goes, all right, we're having a holiday together. Jordan and I want to invite you, and they're like, we're not coming. We're not doing that.
All right, and one more for you here, Joe, just in case golf doesn't suck enough. We have a possible next match. You know, the match out in Vegas?
Wait. Hold on, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm very down on the golfers after watching Happy Gilmore too. So
Wait a sec. Why do golfers suck? Because they can do something you can't do, like play well.
a lot of people can't. But
Go ahead.
can I get to this new match here that we
Oh,
possibly
you're always
have here,
ripping
Joe?
these guys, man.
So the Backstreet Boys are hanging out in Vegas. They're doing their show at the Sphere.
Yeah.
So they were out, I guess, on the win course, and they challenged NSYNC to a golf tournament. And the guy who created the match, I guess, is like saying that this, something that they could be interested in here moving forward.
Oh God.
You could have
Pass.
NSYNC taking on the Backstreet Boys.
Pass.
I know Timberlake golfs. I don't know about the rest of them, but
I got to tell you, man, I got great respect for those guys on the PGA Tour that play. Woody, you know how this deal works. You don't make the cut, you don't get paid. Now I know some of them, a lot of them, not everybody's got sponsors, but you got to earn your check every week. That's not every sport's like that.
mm-hmm.
Thursday, Friday, you don't make the cut, you go home and you lose money because nobody gets any money. You got to pay your caddy and your expenses. Come on, man. Yeah, that didn't buy. All right. That didn't work for you. 8:00 hour is coming up here, Woody. Tommy Fleetwood, by the way, just cannot close out a Sunday. Tommy Fleetwood looks like the nicest guy on tour. Am I right? Anybody out there? Tommy Fleetwood comes across as like everybody from one side of the ocean to the other loves Tommy Fleetwood. He cannot win a PGA event. He had the lead again yesterday. He's got 29 top fives on the PGA Tour and has not won. Yesterday, had the lead again and couldn't close it out. Did not get the win. But he just seems like such a good dude, man. It's like everybody's rooting for him, but he's that guy. Has not won. He's now the 15th best player in the world, and he cannot close out a PGA event. Atlantic Men's Clinic, maybe that's where he needs to go, man. I'll tell you right now, you in for great results. Your energy level's not where it should be. Don't feel as good, man. Well, if you're tired all the time, you have noticed you're getting lazy. And by the way, when you're not active, you know what happens. You eat the same amount of food, you gain weight. That's the way it works. And then you're sitting on that couch all the time.
full beast mode. Doral Hyundai, where the deals are monstrous and the prices don't survive. No one sells for less. No one. Starting with the Dolphins, who tied the Bears 24-all in their preseason opener. Tua got the start, went 5 of 6 on his only drive. Miami will stay out on the road, heading to Detroit for joint practices on Wednesday and Thursday. Preseason game 2 will be on Saturday in Detroit. Over to the Marlins, who dropped 4 of 5 to the Braves, falling by a final of 7-1 yesterday. Miami will get a day off today before heading to Cleveland tomorrow. And in soccer, Inter Miami dropped to Orlando 4-1. Next up, Miami will host LA on Saturday. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
Don't undervalue the process of getting ready for a game. I thought, I think our team could benefit. I told the guys that regardless of the circumstance, it was going to be one series because I wanted guys to go through the process, just knowing that what they've put in up until this point, those extra game reps, I think, are super valuable. I haven't planned out exactly. I like to see where our numbers are at and how things go in practices, but I don't think that will be the last that we'll see of them, whether that's this week or the following week, or maybe a little of both. It'll probably be one game, but I'm keeping my mind open for all things.
What do you think of Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers watching them? Could you assess each one of their performance?
Yeah, I would say they're both still learning the offense, still trying to get a good gauge and good feel on how Mike calls plays. Also get a good feel and gauge with the guys that are in there with them on timing, their footwork with certain plays. So all of that, and this is their first one. I don't think anyone should think this was the best, this was the worst. This is their first opportunity, especially for Quinn. And this is a learning lesson for them, and they'll continue to get better. Got 2 more opportunities for those guys. So looking forward to what they do next time.
Mike McDaniel and Tua Tagovailoa after preseason game number 1. It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan, toyotaofhollywood.com.
All right, Woody, time to go from Chicago to Detroit, where it gets a little more physical with the Lions, with practice this week, as well as second preseason game. We are waking them up this morning. Omar Kelly, Miami Herald Dolphins columnist, who was there yesterday. And Omar, we got all kinds of things to get to. I want to start with this. I liked that Mike made it a point and was stubborn and goes, we got to learn to run the ball down on the goal line. I'm going to keep doing it. What'd you think?
Loved it.
Me too.
This is what preseason's for. You don't get that work in the you don't get that work in joint practices. You don't get that work in training camp. This is if he would have not kicked the field goal the whole game, I probably would have been not surprised. That's what this is about.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that.
I don't think anybody cares. I don't even think anybody cares about the outcome and the score. They could have scored, in some of those situations if they, had been a little bit more creative or weren't adamant about the goal line runs. But that's what this team needs. They need to establish an identity and prove that we can run the ball. I have this firm belief that they will be a good team if they can run the ball and if the offensive line can keep Tua healthy. Now, obviously, we saw the starters do well, most of the starters, because Austin Jackson's not in there. But them backups, as I've always been warning people,
I thought to that point, and you're right across the board, and this kind of ties in because I'm going to ask you about the quarterback, especially number 2 and number 3 we'll get into, but boy, a couple guys had some rough outings in those backup. Keon Smith moved around a little bit, did not have his best. This year 5 of Keon Smith, man, we got to find. I'm not picking on anybody today, but we got to find out.
Year 5. Hold on, it can't be year 5. You gonna make me look that up right now. This is not year 5 of Keon Smith.
I think it is. year 4, year 5. Anyway, go ahead while we're doing that. You can look that up and call me later on that one. What do you think? What are we going to do with the backup O-line? Did anybody look pretty good? Did Borum look okay to you? What do you think?
Borum looks fine. He's been improving. He looks fine as the backup right tackle. He cannot play left tackle. I promise you. You don't even need to look. He cannot play left tackle. There's some talk that he can possibly play guard. He's got versatility like that. Then you got Liam Eichenberg. Hopefully Liam Eichenberg comes back. Liam can play all 5 positions. Say what you want about Liam Eichenberg, but he would have helped that offensive line settle down as a backup. Then you have Andrew Meyer, who has done well as a backup center. Those are your 3 primary backups. You need another one. You need a 4th. And that player, you need a guy who can play left tackle and be a swing tackle. You need a Kendall Lamb, and that player is not on this roster. Right?
Not going through. Effetti also not looking great yesterday.
Yeah. I want to watch him more because he's only been here for like a week. He's probably having in practice. I want to watch him more. Keon Smith also. They like Keon Smith. I don't think it's fair that I've seen Keon Smith at every position but center. So far.
Yeah, but that might be his role. Like his role might be that guy that's what they thought with his athletic ability before he went on IR last year, that he was quick off the ball and he could play all those positions, right?
Yeah, but he's not quick off the ball now with the knee injury and playing with the brace. I've seen him, and I've seen him play his best at left tackle. Now, does that mean that he wouldn't struggle in the game? I don't know. Yeah. It smells like Keon Smith is being set up to be put on the practice squad because Chris Greer, swears teams were trying to trade for him last year. Trade for him at some point. Yeah, not with that film. But whoa, did he do bad?
Yeah. Hey, let's jump on the other side. Ethan Bonner makes a nice play. Storm Duck had some nice plays as well.
Mm-hmm. Jack Jones had some nice plays.
Jack Jones had a nice play, except for his hold on that interception going down the sideline. But I think Jack Jones might be the most talented of everybody if he could just clean some things up a little bit. I still think he's going to start when it's all said and done. What do you think?
Ooh, I think they're going to go. I think they're going to rotate those guys. Number one, I think that they're going to play the guys that are most consistent with what they asked to do, which is Storm. I'm hopeful that they'll play Mike Hilton a little bit more in the nickel. That's been a mystery to me. But I know Mike Hilton can play. And Jack, I don't think you want to put too much on him too soon, just because of everything I hear about him from people who've coached him or he's been in their organizations. He's super talented. The word that I've gotten is $100 million talent, his own worst enemy. And that's a scary thing to hear about a young man. I have not had a private conversation with him, and I'm looking forward to doing that when they finally open the locker room, because a lot of people care about him and a lot of people know he's a talented kid. It's just he gets in his way. And hopefully he's mature to learn from that. But I don't think they want to put too much on him too soon. But Ethan's doing well. We know. I don't think they're going to address the cornerback position, Joe.
No, I don't either. By the way, and I'm okay with that. I've been told now by numerous coaches, Joe, we're developing some of these guys. We think they can play, and we know, some of you guys don't. But so they're going to keep going. Hey, by the way, we got some. So Channing Tindall, he was pretty active yesterday. I'm not saying he's perfect. He had his bad plays, but he made some plays. He was around. Now I know what you're going to say. They're loaded at that position. He got any chance to make this team? Willie Gay had another, splash play like he always does.
Yeah, Britt played well. No, I don't know what they're going to do with Channing Tindall, to be honest with you. I think the bigger, more pressing issue is all those edge rushers.
Well, I was going to get to that. I was going to get to that next, and I do want to ask you. So if we agree on the top three pass rushers, right? If they're all ready to go, obviously Chubb, Phillips, and Chop. So who's a fourth and fifth guys in your opinion?
Fourth and fifth guy. I'm putting McClendon on there.
You wait a second. You got Quentin Bell there, first of all.
No, hold on. Let me put them in my order.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I've seen way too much from McClendon to act like this is a fluke. Because how you saw him play in that exhibition game, he's done it every day. He shows up, and I used to think it was a tackles that he was playing against, and it still might be. Maybe Chicago, but he moved around, so he did it against a lot of people. He missed probably about 4 plays in that game when I reviewed the film, and he was close. Then I'm going Quentin Bell, and then I'm going Grayson Murphy. And I know Cameron Good is a special teams.
Oh boy, what a play! Made one of the best plays in the game. That on that kickoff, one of the best plays I've ever seen.
I know, but do you pass up? And your special teams look so much better, and I got to commend you for that. But do you potentially pass up having a pass rusher that you think can be dynamic? And they've got 2 of them, a young green pass rusher that could be dynamic to keep a special teams guy.
Yeah. Hey, Omar. I'm getting ready. Yeah, I'm getting ready to tell you why. This kickoff return thing, you saw what it did for us yesterday, the field position we got.
Mm-hmm.
That's the new league, man. They're going to be returning damn near every one of them. You got to have a Cameron Good. If Cameron Good beat everybody down the field by 5 yards, beats a one-on-one tackle, and makes an open field tackle on top of it, that guy saved me 10 or 15, 20 yards, and I'm keeping that guy as the extra guy. If those are the kind of plays he's going to make and ends up being that good on special teams, yes or no?
Here's my thing. I'm not arguing with you, but can McClendon and Murphy do that too if we give him the opportunity?
I don't know that.
Yeah, no. But that's the thing. He's a very good special teams player. He's probably the worst pass rusher.
Yeah, I didn't think his pass rushing skills. It's funny. I isolate on him a little bit yesterday and watching him because I wanted to see all those guys. And I know they had Murphy out there a lot with McClendon, and I was curious watching 59 and 42, and they were getting pressure and have good moves and stuff. It's a really talented group.
They are.
But you got to have a core of special teams dudes, though, that aren't worried about when am I going to get my chance to play on defense, and they're going, your job is to make sure we don't have them returning kicks to the 45-yard line.
I think Chris Greer will have the opportunity to trade one of those young pass rushers and get himself something. I promise you that the league will notice them if you choose to keep Quinn Gray over. Cameron Good over those 2 talented edge rushers. And if I were them, man, I'd be busting tail on special teams too, because they already know you can get after the quarter.
Yeah, no, you can do both. You're in there. I agree with you. Hey, so never thought I was going to ask you this. I thought it was just a given. Do Zeke Biggers, Jordan Phillips join Kenneth Grant on the active 53-man roster when this is said and done? Because there's some other veterans playing pretty well.
Absolutely. One, I don't think they were going to draft. I don't think they were going to cut the draft picks. 2, Zeke Biggers is the number 2 nose tackle, so something happens to Benito Jones, they need Zeke Biggers. And 3, Zeke Biggers balled yesterday, and I did not expect that. I saw him; he balled in the joint practices as well.
He did.
I did not expect that. That guy played like somebody lit a fire under him.
Austin Clark, I talked to him in the morning. We were walking. Shouldn't probably be saying that. Anyway, and Cal guys can walk together. But he says the light went on Zeke. He goes, Zeke Biggers, he goes, the light went on, man. I don't know what he watched one day, but he now realizes that he is a big, bad dude.
He is a big, bad dude that could throw people around. And I don't trust me, he had a very quiet camp. And all of a sudden, it's like, ding, the light bulb goes on. And I love seeing those moments. And they always happen to defensive tackles. I believe the first one was the wrestler. Damn, why do I know that? We're good friends too. He played at Maryland. I forget. People are gonna beat me up about not remembering his name. But
this is the kind of conversation my 91-year-old dad has, and he doesn't name the guy, and I got to play guess who.
He's a wrestler. He went to WWE, got fired from WWE, and now he's like a star in the other wrestling league. Anyway,
I'll just call him Damn. Go ahead.
He came from Maryland. He had a quiet camp, went into the exhibition game, made some plays, and was like, "Oh hell, this ain't too big for me," and just started balling and stayed here for a couple of years. And Patriots claimed him, and then he had a nice, healthy NFL career as an undrafted guy. Why can't I remember his name? And Zeke Biggers, man, I was very impressed. Probably him and Derek McClendon were two. Oh, Malik Washington.
I thought both Washingtons played pretty well.
Yeah, both Washingtons. I should not be disrespecting Taj Washington. Yeah. Both Washingtons played well, but man, are the Dolphins going to have a tiny receiving core again? It's going to be 4 guys that are under 5'11".
So can I ask you? Eric Ezekama did a little tease job on us yesterday again.
I'm tired of the tease jobs.
All right.
Listen. Eric Ezekama's had 4 years of opportunities and chances. And while I do agree that they need to get bigger, I could invest in him on my practice squad. He's not making my 53. Yeah. I don't know. I don't care what he does. He's not making my 53.
Hey, and the other one I really wanted to talk about is Ollie Gordon II. I can't wait to see him the next 2 weeks, man. I think he'll make a statement, and I know how we feel about Madison, who took a shot yesterday. While he was dishing it out, he took it. I'm not so sure Gordon is not going to move up the ladder a little bit as a strong physical back. What do you think?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't know if we'll be seeing Alexander Madison for a little while here. That was not a I'm going to bounce back from it. That was my shoulder's going to be sore, separated. My neck is going to be sore. I might be wearing what are those things you wear around your neck?
Yep.
For a little while. I'm pretty sure that they're shopping for running backs right now.
Oh yeah, they're bringing in at least one guy to finish out this preseason. You're right, and maybe there's a whole bunch of them out there. Isn't that where you can go to the park over here down in Daytown? We can find a running back, or was that?
Nah, it's cornerbacks.
Cornerback.
All right. The running backs. It's funny because I was looking to see the running back they had in camp got picked up by the Colts. Even what's his name? A homeboy. Jeff Wilson. He just got picked up by the 49ers.
Yeah.
So every team is out here adding backs at the last minute. A lot of guys just found work. A lot of guys just found work this week.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you. So overall, how do we? I didn't even mention. I'm sorry, real quickly. Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers. What do you think?
Can play better. Should play better.
Better play better, and this is why we have this preseason. By the way, for everybody bitches about these games, those two guys need to see live. They need to see that you can't just stand back there and the defender stop around you and you think you complete a 25-yard pass. That's exactly why.
Wish they had a better line, but
but that's what they have, man. And good luck. It's happened to a lot of dudes through the years have had to play with the 2s and the 3s in preseason. You got to make it work. That other guy was scrambling around, running and making plays yesterday.
They were saving running for their lives too. With Zach, he's got to work on his footwork and his fundamentals, because when his footwork is off, that pass is off. Quinn made some bold throws, but 2 fumbles, 2 lost fumbles. That's not good. And yes, I know you're playing with the worst receivers and the worst offensive line, but I've seen you do better than that. So, but all the talk of Quinn Ewers, number 2 quarterback, we can put that to rest now.
By the way, I'm only laughing because Zach Wilson got, like you said, he can't stand there in that pocket not ready to throw the friggin' ball. Like he's got to get himself and be able to throw those passes. That's a touchdown out in the flats. He's got to make that throw.
Yeah.
Got to make that
Yeah,
throw.
but his footwork. I've seen him so much to know if his footwork is off, yeah, that ball's hitting the ground. It's so consistent. His footwork has to be, and he needs to be working a lot of the drills that Tua does. He just does, because his footwork is just very poor.
Hey, by the way, I'm so glad you mentioned it, because nobody's going to talk about, it's not sexy to talk about Omar Kelly with us from the Miami Herald. Special teams, that's the best day they've had in a long time everywhere yesterday. How good was that?
Let's not jinx it.
No, it's just one game, but you got to admit, we haven't had that.
Just one game. Yeah, let's just hope it wasn't just one game.
Right.
Because let's hope it's consistent, because that was an impressive performance and showing.
Yeah.
I don't even think you had your best guys out there, but you really made an effort in special teams, and you showed that, hey, you showed exactly how bad it was over the past few years.
Yeah. Hey, Omar, thank you, man. Thanks for getting up with us. I'll see you in a couple of days up there. Appreciate it.
All right, see you, Joe.
Omar Kelly, Miami Herald Dolphins columnist, joining us this morning. Talk a little bit about the Miami Dolphins, and actually agree with a lot of stuff Omar had to say. Anyway, I do want to talk about hurricane season is here, and Chev's got a message, the CEO at Loctite. Boy, they're killing it. Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. They are so good, covering all of South Florida. Everywhere this signal goes right now, from Key West up to Jupiter, they're working. They got crews everywhere right now. They're busy, and they want to stay that way, and they want to do quality work, and they want to help you. Matter of fact, there's only one thing you can do. You can't control where hurricanes are going to go, but you can control making sure you have your family protected. And Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing would like to be there for you. Got old leaky roof right now? Replace your old roof now and pay later. Loctite offers highest quality roofing materials, lifetime warranty, plus thousands of five-star reviews.
All right, before we get back to it here, I want to let you know Adam Sandler is coming to the Kaseya Center on September 7th. We've got a chance for you to win tickets. Text the word Adam to 20357. That is Adam to 20357. For more information, go to WQAM.com. This is a text contest. Message and data rates do apply. Tickets are also available at KaseyaCenter.com.
Woody, this news coming in is unbelievable.
The pickleball one?
No.
Oh.
UFC.
Oh, that one. Okay. I hit you with two stories during the break.
I don't care about pickleball. It's a joke.
So how weird is that?
How do you have a Hall of Fame? You have a Hall of Fame pickleball?
33 members already. This is a big class, by the way.
How long's pickleball been around?
That is actually a tremendous question. I don't know.
It's growing like crazy. I mean, we're in Chicago laughing. There was pickleball everywhere. We looked and it was just pickleball park. And I was like, holy, there's no tennis.
So anyway,
losers.
Chris Miller, Cammie McGregor, and Melissa McCurley are all part of the.
All right, well, that's not what I wanted to get to. Okay, I got way too much time.
The induction banquet.
Are you doing shit this morning? Are you just doing shit so you can get me going? Is that all you're trying to do today?
The induction banquet will be in Surprise, Arizona, November 5th and 6th.
There you go. Why don't you go? Why don't you go and you can play for the first time?
Send me to cover it. I'll go.
UFC, unbelievable. The UFC will not be on ESPN. They just signed a $7.7 billion deal with CBS. I got to give it to those guys, what they've done in that sport. And I got to tell you, I'm talking firsthand. That stuff's on. I watch. And then, to go into different ages, even older, my 91-year-old dad, who, if boxing was on, we had the Friday night boxing matches from L.A. growing up. That was a big deal. Friday night, all the Mexican fighters would just stand toe-to-toe and just hammer each other. He's a boxing guy. He loved it. Sacramento fights, he want to go. My dad, he is, hey, when's that UFC stuff on again? I go, Dad, it's on all the time. And if not, I got to tell you, ESPN's done a great job with him, with some of the lead up and some of the other shows and these guys trying to qualify and all these different things they've done. UFC has done a great marketing job, and they've done something boxing cannot do. Vic, I don't want to hear from you. They have an ability to get two guys that are the best to fight each other in the UFC, unlike years and years and years, and they can't get Mayweather and Pacquiao together in their prime. How many fights? The heavyweights now. How is it the two hottest guys going, you can't get them to fight each other? They can't come to an agreement. UFC?
Well, you got Canelo and Crawford. That's coming up here.
Okay, that's great. That's one.
I mean,
these guys get the best, like, hey, who do you want to fight next? Oh, the next guy up, man. He's number one. I want his belt. Okay. Dana White goes, okay, it's going to get done.
So again, this news just came out a few minutes ago, but the good takeaway from this, Joe, is that everything's going to be, I don't want to say free, but it'll be on Paramount Plus.
Right. That's
so starting in 2026. All 43 annual UFC live events will stream on Paramount Plus with select marquee fights simulcast on CBS.
Wow.
Can you believe they're going to put this stuff on network television?
UFC, no matter what anybody tells you, in my eyes, I don't know the numbers, has blown by boxing.
Well, yeah.
It used to be like, no, boxing. I used to say it too. No, boxing's way ahead. And you go, no.
Boxing can put on one big, individual event, maybe.
And you know what else they can do?
They just have 43 annual events, Joe.
UFC can get badass women in different weight classes, and you watch them. They're good. They're good matches. The women, those matches are good. Those fights are good.
You know what's interesting about it? There's going to be some outrage when people find out this is going to be on regular old TV here.
It's a great move. Now, a lot, to be fair to ESPN, so on those cards, the first couple you can watch, and then they flip over.
Yeah, the pay-per-view, yeah.
And the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But they'll tease you, and they get you around, and you're going, this is so good. And they go, well, that's the last one for the night. We're going to be switching over to pay-per-view.
Says the agreement eliminates the traditional pay-per-view model, providing access to events without additional fees. Let's see what Paramount Plus costs in 2026, though.
Yeah.
We'll pump the brakes on that.
Yeah.
But either way, it's probably a win for the fans here, Joe.
What do you have to admit, it started with my son and my daughter-in-law love stay home on Friday night. Now I'm always into age groups with everybody. And they love it. And he's going, hey, Dad, you got to watch tonight. Man, this pop. And I sit and watch them till I fall asleep. And but they're great. They're great. A lot of people. I'd love to know the numbers of amount of people that UFC's picked up. It's incredible. You know, and we got a lot of the best camps down here, right? The best gyms.
Yeah, they're in like Coconut Creek, right?
Coconut Creek.
I know Dan Lambert's got his.
Dan's got guys that fight every week.
Yep.
Because they talk about where they train out of. Amazing. This deal, 7.7. Somebody had vision of this thing just going, and right, because they sold it, and now these guys come in, and it just got.
Well, Dana White did. I mean, Dana White has done a really good job.
Dana White's brilliant.
You know, it's weird.
You can like the guy or not. He's a little too political for me, but I got to tell you, man, this guy.
He's gotten very
phenomenal what he does.
But we actually interviewed him when we were on college radio. We interviewed him, and he said one day we're going to be bigger than the NFL. And we laughed. I thought it was like a joke. But
one thing they do have, they got great fighters all over the world.
That's a monster deal, though, man. Almost $8 billion.
That's crazy. I know we're running super late here, but man, I had to get that out there.
It's American Top Team, by the way, is the one we're talking about down here. Yep.
Hey, you watch UFC? You guys ever sit down and watch it? You get the wife to watch it?
No. You?
No, my wife's not into violent stuff.
Yeah, I don't.
She goes in and
my
watches
wife's not going to
those.
sit down on a Saturday night and watch cage fighting.
She goes in the other room. We have a great relationship on the weekend. She goes in the other room on Friday and Saturday nights and watches movies that she likes, and I sit in and watch the Bang Bang shoot 'em up, or the old Romans getting after it, or UFC.
You guys can't find any common ground on programming?
No, we stay married. That's common ground. We're gonna stay
on
married.
programming.
I didn't know where you're going. No, we don't watch too many movies together. I wasn't sure what you're talking about. What are you scared?
No, I just you find, like you guys say, you go in separate rooms and watch different programs.
We do.
There's got to be something down the middle you both can enjoy.
I got the big boy TV now.
Which one'd you get?
81er.
Huh.
Are they bigger?
Oh yeah.
Well, 81's just fine.
I think we go up to 115 now.
81's just fine.
You might have to upgrade soon.
All right. I want to tell you about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage for just a second here, man. I just want to let you know that man is about getting you qualified and getting you a mortgage quickly. That's in general. That's it. Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage, 30 The date's going back Wednesday or Thursday this week. They'll be back.
Really? Start in the middle of the week?
Yeah. Make sure all those
That's
kids.
nice. Mondays are no good, man.
That would be nice to start like your school year on a Thursday or Friday. I kind of like that.
Do they do that in like Europe where they don't work Mondays? Is that a thing? You visit over there all the time. I don't know.
Not all the time.
Is that part of the culture over there? Just 3-day weekends?
That was a shot.
No, it's not a shot.
That was such a shot.
You do go there a lot.
What do you mean I go a lot? You're so bad. Just a bad guy. Like I go.
Going again soon?
Well, why don't you go ahead and say I go over on a private plane?
No, aren't you going soon? Aren't you? You're going back. You just love it there so much. European soon when it's all done.
Oh, what do you? You can have everybody think I'm just sitting there, just flying over to France and Italy and
it's your spot.
Germany and I'm going to Spain in a couple months. I know,
as I said. Anyway, but like I said, by the way, pickleball's been around since 1965. So surprisingly, pickleball's older than the Dolphins' last Super Bowl run. He tells us.
Damn near.
I did verify, by the way. Pickleball was invented in 1965.
Why the late explosion over the last couple of years?
It's been growing for 70 years. Gradually growing now.
A lot of people. Very dangerous sport to play, though. A lot of injuries.
You seen a lot of injuries?
A lot of injuries. A lot of people.
Yeah.
People who play that sport don't stretch. If you do, don't get all upset, but you're in the minority.
Don't generalize, because you don't like when I do that with tennis players.
When
I say every tennis player is uptight, you get upset.
Because they're not. There are.
But most of them are.
But it's like everything else.
Saying the pickleball players don't stretch.
Let me tell you about tennis real quickly.
Please do.
We have tennis people, and I'm talking a group of people that I'm affiliated with, that question every call. You have people that get upset and hear every sound. You have people make a lot of excuses when they play poorly. Well, we all like to play. I get a couple shots in there at a few people without saying names. But anyway, Woody, besides all that, we had a little preseason football game, and Omar's going to join us coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. If you missed it earlier, we'll have that for you and about everything that took place. The good for this team, I like the running back room. I hope you do too. And listen, the running back room and the passing game need the offensive line. They do. They need that offensive line. And it doesn't look, because history has not been nice to us about playing the same starting five. Matter of fact, doesn't happen very often in the NFL where the same starting five guys stay healthy for 17 games. Doesn't happen. And right now, our starting five have not played together because Austin is hurt right now. So they're playing, with four of the five guys. But they're going to keep working on this run game. And I like the backs they have. They went out and got bigger backs. They went out and got some bigger guys on both sides of the ball. It was obvious to me by things they've done and guys that they have grabbed that they wanted to be more physical and started with the guys that they were going to bring in, including a guy that we had running the football that they just drafted. And I really do hope that this continues and they stick with this on the run game. This is a time to do it during camp. And I know the frustration. I get it. They go 15 plays. They come up short in the first drive. Man, this preseason is a time to work and get Ollie Gordon the ball. I don't need to see Devon Achane right now. I saw enough of him. I wouldn't play him again. You want to talk about a guy who wouldn't play again this camp? Devon Achane would be that guy. Came out, he looked great. Devon Achane looked great. He was playing a different gear than everybody else on that football field. Loved it. But I want to see Ollie Gordon get some chances. He sold me on how big and physical he is. That is 225 pounds of a man running friggin' hard.
So you just brought up Achane. We were talking fantasy football back here. ESPN has him as the 12th ranked fantasy football play and his projections, Joe. He's projected in 2025 to get 218 carries, 999 yards, 9 touchdowns. He's also projected to get 74 catches, 560 yards there, and 4 touchdowns.
Wow, Woody. I don't know they do for fantasy football. They do.
Well, that's basically what he had last year.
Yeah,
for the
they're
most
working off
part,
those
minus
numbers,
the touchdowns. He had 6 touchdowns on the ground, but he had 907
He
yards.
had 6 and 6 last year.
Yeah.
6 on the ground, 6 and
78 catches for almost 600 yards and 6. So
he is good with that screen. Look, if I could handpick one guy to run a screen, it's not Tyreek, it's not Waddle. Achan's the guy. That's the guy I want to run that screen, that little screen they run with guys blocking out and outside. All right, we got to go to break here. 9 o'clock hour is coming up, man. Want to thank you for all being with us. Don't forget 104.3 WQAM FM from Key West to north of Jupiter. Man, you can't make that up. So if you want to flip our, we still on 560, Woody?
yes, yeah, we are.
Okay. How much longer are they keeping us here?
I don't know. They'll probably talk about that later.
All right.
Whatever you decide.
All right. Well, thank you, Woody. And we'll decide on you, too. We haven't made a decision on you yet. We got to make that. Hey, I want to tell you about your South Florida Chevy dealers this morning. Man, they got some great products. SUV family has never looked better than it does right now. I got to tell you, when you talk Chevy, you talk Silverado.
East Modrell Hyundai, where the deals are monstrous, the prices don't survive. No one sells for less. No one. Starting with the Dolphins, who tied the Bears 24-all in their preseason opener. Tua got the start, went 5 of 6 on his only drive. Miami will stay out on the road in Detroit for joint practices on Wednesday and Thursday. Preseason game number 2 will be in Detroit on Saturday night. Over to the Marlins, who dropped 4 of 5 to the Braves by a final of 7-1 yesterday. Miami will get a day off today before heading to Cleveland tomorrow. And in soccer, Inter Miami fell to Orlando 4-1. Next up, Miami will host LA on Saturday. Joe, we'll go ahead and toss it back to you, sir.
All right, Woody, thank you so much as we continue on here, talking a lot about the Dolphins game from yesterday. And the good and the bad. And obviously, the fourth quarter, it was pretty smooth for 3 quarters, actually. The game went pretty fast. There's good drives and a lot of good things, I thought. And obviously some rough things with the 1s and 2s and 3s. I got to tell you, that fourth quarter, I was reminded, because this is not something new. This has been around probably forever. That fourth quarter of the preseason. By the way, it doesn't matter what game 1, 2, 3, or going game 4 in the old days. They get ugly. Lots of penalties. And you start looking at the names and go, ooh, now they're getting real close to the end of that 90-man roster because everybody's getting a chance to play. And the penalties. Then you had some injuries. We saw some guys go down. And next thing you know, you got about a 45-minute, felt like fourth quarter. Damn near felt like an hour why that thing was going on. And guys couldn't get off the field with their injury and everything else. A lot of good things going on. And by the way, all the things everybody's been talking about, we still got to figure out. Offensive line. We know you're not going to play, most likely not going to happen. Never happens around here. We're going to play with 5 guys, same 5 guys. You got to have a 6. You got to have a 7. You got to have an 8. You get down to 9, then listen, you can't get mad at a team if they're down to 9 or 10 and you're throwing a practice squad guy in there and he's not playing great. We've had that happen. But you do want a center guard, and a guard tackle that if something happens, you hope you can put them in and you're still able to do everything you've been doing. Might not be as good as what you had. So we got to find those guys that I'm talking about there right now. And the cornerback position, I don't know. It seems to me, unless you guys disagree, Ethan Bonner making a nice, strong move. Storm Duck has been the number 1 guy with this group. And Jack Jones probably got more talent than everybody. He's just got to play smarter and can play. Had an interception, then got called back because we found out as you watched it, he held the guy pretty good going down the sideline, so they called the penalty. But, hey, man, we need Jack Jones to get some things figured out because he can help us. He's got the talent, man. He's got crazy talent. Can run. But when teams start giving up on you, you got to start looking and go, what makes me different, right? What makes me different than the last couple of teams? So, hey, man, hopefully he's treating this as this might be my last chance to make this kind of money and get a chance to start. I got to take advantage of it, and he seems like he's working that way, hopefully. And then we got to get better play out of the quarterbacks, would also really help some things. So anyway, those are just a few of the things. I thought special teams was great yesterday, the returns. Everybody, I thought all across the board. The blocking on the returns to give guys really set the Dolphins offense up in some really, really good field position yesterday. Man, you start working. And by the way, this new kickoff return, we're going to see a lot of returns, number 1, and we're going to see the ball between the 35 and 45-yard line a lot, meaning 2 first downs and you're looking at a field goal. So I expect
field goal range for Jacksonville.
Huh? Yeah, that guy. He'd be the only guy that could just go, all right, end the game.
What's going on, man? We got a 70-yard field goal?
Well, we got a lot of guys
have to cross midfield.
We got a lot of guys that can kick it 60. We got a guy here that can kick it in the 60s. I asked him yesterday, about the 70. And he goes, ooh, no, that's special leg. He didn't say, like I said, you kick a 70. He goes, nah, everything's got to be right. I mean, like the wind, everything. And he said ball carries better and some, that was a baseball thing. He goes, no, the ball carries better. And he goes, I don't think I can kick a 70-yarder. It was pretty honest. And because, we're talking about, I said, did you see that kick? He goes, yeah, everybody's seen it. And every field goal kicker at any level is going, I want to see what it's, because, you're running out there. You got young guys running out there going, want to see how far I can kick it.
Yeah,
and
that would have been good from 80. Where that thing went through.
Boy,
though.
he did. It didn't feel like
it didn't like sneak over the crossbar. No,
that thing had a little juice to it. Man, that was something else. Anyway, I think skilled position players are in pretty good shape. I don't think tight ends did anything yesterday, did they, Woody? I can't think off the top of my head. I didn't look at the box score of the tight ends catching a lot of footballs, but a lot of wide receivers got in on the passing game yesterday. Taj Washington, the latest, who was on IR all last year, had a nice game for himself. 3 catches for 57 yards and caught a deep one from Wilson. So that was nice to see. I'm really curious about this thing with guys that can go down, flyers that can go down and make tackles. All of a sudden, have gotten a lot more value to them, because if they can save you by making a tackle 10 or 15 yards on return, that's worth a lot of money. I know it sounds stupid, and I'm not getting into numbers and analytics, but I'm guessing that's start cutting back on scoring. I think those guys, those 2 or 3 or 4 guys are going to run down, and you're expecting to make a lot of the tackles. Those guys got a little more importance to them now in this game. Punt guys, same deal. Guys go down and make tackles on the punt team. Those guys, the same guys, by the way, same guys in this group. And meanwhile, you are looking for offensive linemen and you are looking for your cornerbacks. You just want, they're on the team most likely. You got to figure out which guys, though, that you're going to play and which guys you want to be the backup. And I got to tell you, man, the clock is running on a few guys right now. The clock is running because if you can't practice, that's worse than playing poorly. It really is. It's worse than having up-and-day practices that you can't get out on the field and play. That's the worst. And I've been trying not to be the guy that picks on him, because he doesn't say whatever mirror. I want to get a Cam Smith mirror. No matter what's going on, you look in that mirror and you feel good about things. Because Cam Smith, when it comes to football, has nothing good to feel about right now when you can't practice. I think he truly thinks, they know I can play. As soon as I'm back, I'll be. Hey, dude, you are really close. Even though you're Chris's first pick in that second round, you're getting real close to being an afterthought. You agree, Woody? How long are we going to talk about this guy?
Chris does like to hang with his guys for a while, so.
I mean, this got to be a year for a few guys that have been on this team for.
This is the year for the entire team, Joe. Like, this is a make or break for everyone.
And they've been coaching these guys up for a couple years. If they're not helping your team or they're always hurt, you got to let them go. And I know they're you did it and you liked them and they're so close and this is the year the lights are going to go on. And no,
Joe, if the things that went poorly, and again, you can't overreact to the preseason, right? Because if everything went really well, we'd say, don't overreact. You can't overreact when it goes bad either. But like, if these things, like if we have poor offensive line play, right? We have poor backup quarterback play, poor secondary play. Like if those things are all factors in this season, you're not a very good team. They're going to reset this whole thing.
Yes.
I would have to think.
I would agree. By the way,
those are the biggest issues going in, and they showed up, on Sunday. That's obviously it's concerning, right?
Yes. No, that's fair.
You run the ball 4 times at the 1, and you don't get in. And I know it's a preseason; it doesn't matter.
But you got to let that go.
They're just trying. I know.
You got to give them time. This is what that's for. You can't decide after. I've been aboard with you until you went there again.
That's
But you got to practice.
Not ideal.
What?
It's just not ideal to see it in the preseason.
Okay.
Now,
you're not all.
They got a while till the season starts. I got you. Hopefully these things fix themselves.
That's all.
But if your secondary is going to get carved up all season long, you're not going to be able to, protect Tua. It's going to be a long year, man.
Then somebody at the very top that lives in Jupiter and the CEO of this company, those guys get together. They're all aware of everything. And they're going, hey, what do we do? We had big holes in a team that had a lot of talent at certain positions, but too empty at others that we couldn't overcome to get to where we wanted. Then you got to have some serious discussions starting with your GM. Have to. Anyway, we got to go to break here. We've got a lot more. We're keeping on the positive right now here till we see what happens. And final 53 are cut and how they play, man. Really all about one thing right now, getting all set up for that Colts game. And the Colts look like they have their own set of problems right now. My guys don't agree, man. They go, hey, Joe, man, you used to tell us that second game, New England at home, is going to be an easy one. I got guys going, I don't know, man, New England. I go, oh, my God, you're playing off that game yesterday or a couple days ago, 48-18. Come on,
You know
man.
that game's not going to be easy regardless.
No, it's not. Wasn't last year.
It's
The
never
one was.
easy. Division games are always tough, man.
They are. And then the overnight guy thinks the Jets going to be really good.
Well, he lives in New York.
He lives in New York.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I watch these ESPN get up and show, and look where they're all from. Look where they've all lived.
Yeah, I'm guessing Greeny thinks the Jets are going to be good, right?
Oh, he's all jacked up.
Yeah.
They got their quarterback.
Remember he cried when Justin Fields
Don't get me going. You're trying to get me going.
Got banged up at practice.
You know what? Your fault. You're trying to get me going again today on certain guys. And you know what? You're not that good today. It's not going to happen. Hey, let's talk about some real life stuff here for just a second. Real life stuff, man. When you've been hit hard with some things in your life and you're going through, I just call it a funk. You're in a slump in your life. Anxiety, depression, Welcome back, and good morning to everybody. Hope everybody out there had a great weekend. A lot of stuff going on around here. What happened to our Marlins, man? They were going so well, and all of a sudden lose 4 out of 5 to the Atlanta Braves, including that friggin' doubleheader. Now 57-61. Cleveland and Boston after a day off today. They'll play 3 against each one of those teams and come back home again. And we got a lot of preseason football. What, did you watch a lot? How much juice you put in on the preseason games?
A few hours here.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah,
we're on all the time.
The entire Sunday.
You could flip NFL Network and you had a game on. So
our game was relatively entertaining, at least, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you had a close game. You had
there
weird
was.
ending.
It was everything you would get out of going live for the first time. Full tackling and everything. That's kind of what you get. And by the way, you kind of knew from the practice when the word came out that the Bears defense dominated and the Dolphins defense dominated, that was going to probably happen in the game, especially when the Bears decided not to play a lot of their starters and the Dolphins played, at least early in the first quarter, played their starters, a lot of them, and dominated pretty good. And I think you got a chance to see a lot of the depth where the Dolphins are strong and not. I feel like they're strong at wide receiver. I feel actually better about wide receiver with some of the guys. It might be a new face in that 5-man rotation of wide receivers. And I feel good about the running back situation, starting with Devon Achane. Jalen Wright didn't do much. And Ollie Gordon, the second. I still like Madison. I hope he's okay. I hope this is not a serious boy, he delivered and then
Did not look
stayed
good,
down.
no.
Did not
Yeah,
look
he
good.
landed
I
on
couldn't
his head.
tell if it was a concussion or shoulder.
Yeah, it was concussion.
But
I'm not a doctor, but he landed on his head. It looked like pretty
yeah,
good,
well, those guys said his shoulder was banged up, so I don't.
It looked like he got a little
I'm
bit
with
of
you.
both, man, but that looked like a head fall.
He's had a good camp. You hope he can come back and play, and you feel really good about your running back room. I do. That's a good position. Got absolutely nothing out of the tight end position yesterday. Had Tanner was open for a touchdown, and Zach Wilson missed him.
That's not going to be much of the offense, right? These tight ends. I assume we're going to go back to the way it was.
Yeah, but during a big year,
Yeah.
it feels like it's going to be heavily driven. I might be wrong.
Well,
I
don't
feel
think
like
you're
it's
wrong.
going
I
to be
think they
heavily
showed
driven
you-
by running back and the 2 wide receivers, maybe with a little slot wide receiver in there.
And they show you by not paying Jonnu what they think of that position.
They claim they wanted him back, but they didn't want to redo his contract.
Okay.
Steelers jumped all over. I can't wait to see what their 2 tight end going to look like. They got good tight ends up there. Steelers, really good shape. Anyway, hey, speaking of this, we've got a lot more stuff to get to here this morning. Omar Kelly is going to join us still up at the ball game. Didn't come home. He's on his way to Chicago, but on his way to Detroit. But we're going to talk to him about everything with the Dolphins. We'll get into quarterback, O-line, cornerbacks, and everything else. Try to figure out who's looking good and got a chance to make this team, and the decision between keeping a guy that's a really important backup versus a guy that might not be as good a backup, but a really good special teams player. We'll have that with Omar coming up next.
The Joe Rose Show is presented by